Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome along to the KCOM Stadium once again. Christmas is just around the corner, and Caneric Lehigh and Hull City deliver 3 points to go into the festive period for the Tigers, who take on Birmingham this afternoon, who are a side who are a little patchy away from home, but their manager is very pleased with where their side is currently in the Championship. Hull City rescued a point at the Valley on Friday through Keane Lewis Potter's late equaliser. Birmingham know how to find the net away from home too. They last won 3-2 away at Reading in their previous away fixture. They've picked up points as well at Sheffield Wednesday and Huddersfield, but their home forms let them down, hence why they're near the wrong end of the Championship table going into this one, as these two are pretty much sandwiched in mid-table. Hull 14th and Birmingham 15th going into this one. Which one of these two could be in the top half of the table come Christmas Day? Quick look at the team news for both sides, and there's not much change for Grant McCann's team, as Dan Batty is the man who drops out. Tom Eaves is back in the team, of course. He started, of course, against Charlton, but gets the opportunity to play again following the protocol after suffering concussion at the Valley. He will lead the attacking three. Bowler is the man who comes back in. Jarabone likely to play behind Eaves in that attacking midfield role where he has been deadly in recent times. Keane Lewis Potter, despite scoring, could only find a place on the bench after Grant McCann mentioned that he could start a game but prefers him to come on and make an impact later on. Birmingham City make two changes from their side, which lost against West Brom. David Davis, who started for the first time in a while, is on the bench today, replaced by the Championship journeyman Josh McEachran, and Villabar replaces Alvaro Jimenez, who failed to make an impact of high magnitude at St Andrews against the side from the Hawthorns running away at the top of the Championship table with Leeds. The question is, though, how will some of these new players feature for Birmingham City? There's 7 new faces in Birmingham's team from the last time they came here less than a year ago. Big inclusions for that. A man to watch will be Jude Bellingham. He's only 16 years old, and he and Aaron Ramsey are the only two players to have ever played at the KCOM who are aged 16 or younger. Lukas Jukovic, of course, is the main man to watch, top scorer last year, and is bucking the trend for the Blues again. Well, before we get underway here at the KCOM Stadium, we are going to pay our respects to Alan Jarvis, who played 177 times for Hull City and was part of the 1965-66 promotion team, which took Hull City back into the second team, playing along the likes of Ken Wagstaff and Chris Chilton. We will now observe a minute's silence for him in respect. In a minute's pause, in memory of Alan, starting and ending on the referee's whistle. Thank you. So our respects paid to a former Tiger who has sadly passed away at this festive time. All our respects go to Alan Jarvis's family at this difficult time. Well, to matters at hand, and it is Birmingham City who are looking to try and get only their second win at the KCOM Stadium. It's not been a good hunting ground for them in recent years, and they've certainly leaked quite a few goals on this ground as well. Their fans have travelled well, but what sort of performance are they going to see today? They don't tend to score early, Birmingham, but will they be out of the blocks quick in this one? Hull City will need to be very cautious to the fact that stats can lie, as Birmingham are going to get us underway, and it is Francesco Villabar who is the man who gets us underway. Birmingham playing from left to right in this first half in our final game before Christmas Day. And Grzycki, who went about his business quite quietly against Charlton, but was able to get the important assist right at the end for Keane Lewis Potter's goal, which was sadly taken away from him. I understand that it is under appeal. And the question is, will Keane Lewis Potter have 2 goals to his name and be just 1 goal behind the man trying to press, Tom Eaves? Suncic now finds Grzycki, gives it back towards Irvine. Maybe didn't think Callum Elder was going to make the high sprinting run that he attempted down the left hand side. So it's Birmingham who get possession back. Bowen trying to win the ball back and gets a throw in for the Tigers. Back four still the same, of course, for Hull City. It's very rarely changed in the last few weeks and months. Every player in that back four seems to have made that place their own, as Leo Da Silva skips past his man and now looks to try and quest forward into the attacking third. Finds Bowler. Bowler bringing it inside, and the side netting ripples, but not the side that Hull City would have wanted. It's going to be a corner, but early intent from the man brought back into the starting 11, and despite having all those blue shirts around him, Josh Bowler working it into the middle, very Jarrod Bowen-esque from the right hand side, and that deflection takes it behind for the first corner of the afternoon. What will Hull City provide from it? Swung in, searching for the head of Eaves. Birmingham keen to keep it in, as McEachran has got lots of men around him trying to dispossess. He's able to get it clear, and Elder will just play it back towards George Long. Press conference notes from the Birmingham City manager that he's making sure that his side like to press, and they will do this afternoon. But first time Hull City worked the ball back in their back line just before that attempted attack took place. Birmingham didn't seem very keen on making too much of an inroad into Hull City's half. They're a side who come here with 3 wins in 12 away games so far, as this fixture will mark the halfway point of this championship season. Left to run out of play by Christian Pedersen, who is one of those 4 players who featured last time here at the KCOM Stadium, and featured for that matter in the 3-3 draw at St Andrews. It's fair to say that games in recent times between these two have had that goal scoring flurry, and these are 2 sides who like to play attacking football. Grant McCann keen to highlight areas Birmingham will look to exploit in the build-up, saying they're a great crossing team. And that's a very well feathered pass through into the path of Eaves, and Grzycki stepping up through a couple of gears of acceleration. He manages to win a corner for his side as well. He will be the man taking. It's going to be the top scorer who's going to try and be the assist man early on here at the KCOM. Into the 5th minute. Bowen's delivery, not the best. Callum Elder looks to try and win it. The on-rush from Jeremy Bayat is Jordi Device. Headed down by Birmingham and headed across towards Lehigh. It's his turn to try and turn. Josh Bowler gives away the free kick. Harley Dean, Birmingham's captain. The diagonal ball across towards Maxime Collin. Good pressure from Jackson Irvine. Now hands the duties over to Tom Eaves, who was a little bit slower. And Birmingham trying to put their first attack together, and that's a great intervention by Rhys Burke. Grzycki, now Elder. He's got away from one man, the ball a little bit hesitant to go with him. But Birmingham lining up for this one, old school 4-4-2 formation. Have tried to play with 4-2-3-1 in the last couple of matches as well, just to try and solidify themselves in the middle and try and force issues wider, but a change in style today, considering the fact that Hull City are so deadly in the attacking wide areas. Irvine goes clipping at the heels of Bella, and on he runs. A little ball passed back, good chance maybe for Jude Bellingham. Villabar. Birmingham happy to pass it on the edge of the penalty area before shooting. They loft the ball in, but straight into the hands of George Long, who will take them all day long. From one end of the pitch to the other. And Barami has to put the ball out of play. Classic centre-back duties, just making sure that he locks down the back four. But it was a great kick from one end of the pitch to the other from George Long, trying to pick out Jared Bowen and immediately set the attack in motion in Route 1 style. Well, corner kick coming, the third one for Hull City. And the first two not really providing any major threat. Will the third one be the charm? It looks a good delivery, but the man jumping highest is the captain of Birmingham, Harley Dean, leading by example. He goes towards Leo Da Silva. Now Eaves, holding it up. Doesn't feel like he's got the cross within him. All right, Leo Da Silva working the space to maybe cross. Turns back once. Links up with Jackson Irvine. Another set piece for Birmingham to defend. And Birmingham will be happy with that one in regards to the fact that they actually stopped the crossing opportunity, and Hull switched up the tactic and tried to work the ball into the box. But the cross comes in now from Grzycki, too close to the Birmingham man. Leo Da Silva jumps, and Elder heads home towards Lehigh. Wide with Bowler. And Bowler looking to tiptoe into the penalty area, and he fancied doing all the hard work himself. And yet another corner. So Birmingham trying to close down those wide areas. Good partnership over on the left-hand side of Birmingham's defence, making sure that there was no space really for Bowler to either step around or try and thread the ball into the middle. In comes the corner. Eaves is glancing header, and somehow it doesn't drop in. Worked all the way out wide again. In comes the cross. Irvine hanging inside the penalty area. It will eventually be cleared by Birmingham City. The closest Hull City have come so far. Maybe chance for another attack. Another cross from Grzycki. And that header will be collected easily by Connell Truman. Well, how close did Irvine go there? He's managed to get around his man and really should be scoring. It's almost point blank range. Obviously under pressure from the Birmingham man, but he looked to have done enough. And he just couldn't angle his boots correctly to make sure the ball stayed down and on target. So you could say that Hull City should be in front. 10 minutes gone. And Hull City creating chances. Irvine. And now Grzycki. Leo da Silva. Oh, good little run there by Grzycki. Tries to let it run through the last Birmingham man. And in comes Barami to get the ball cleared to safety. It was an intelligent run. And it was a run which Birmingham's Sunic did not pick up. Grzycki, Leo da Silva, now for Elder, touched by Maxime Colleen, and that will be another throw-in. And again, it's down at the right end of the pitch where Hull City want it. Birmingham having to work overtime at the moment in defensive actions. Hull trying to find ways through the old school formation. Eves chested down and then swiped away by Birmingham. Yordi Device standing strong. And again the ball just goes back towards George Long. Hull City will reset. And again Birmingham not too keen on too much pressure. And Velabar trying to assert some over on the left hand side. Yordi Device looked to be heading in the right direction, just lacked a little bit of power. Here's Bowen. Link-up play with Grzycki. A very nice threaded through ball if Elder can get onto it, but it's well-timed tackle by Birmingham City. Into the box again. Nice ball roll from Eves. Irvine trying to keep this relentless early assertiveness alive for Hull City. Here's Lehigh. That little back heel towards Bowler opens up space. But Bowler decides he wants to try and work it into the box on the 1-2 with Bowen. Didn't get Partey right though. And now Birmingham may be looking to try and counter their way up after all that soaking up of defensiveness. It's Bella. Gets his shot away. And it's not really near the target. And from that, Grant McCann wants words with Tom Eves. But Birmingham working it over to the right hand side. The man who put the tackle in at the other end of the pitch to stop a cross coming in. Trying to get Birmingham in front. But he'll have to do much better. Well, Pep Clotet, the Birmingham City manager, was the understudy to Gary Monk, but now taking the reins and quite happy with the way Birmingham City's first half of the season has gone. Saying data-wise, Birmingham have done almost everything he's asked of them, but it's just a bit of a shame that they're lower down the league table than he would have wanted them to. Here they come. The scent following one attack now maybe carves out another opportunity. A little cross into the box. He's never going to reach Jukovic. And that goes out of play for a goal kick. was never troubling George Long. Back with Jordi Device, Leo Da Silva, Callum Elder. We'll go back towards Jordi Device. And we're about to tick over into the 15th minute. And the applause begins in the stands here at the KCOM Stadium following the recovery of Angus McDonald, being given the all clear following his diagnosis a couple of months ago with bowel cancer. And so delighted to hear that he has fended off the terrible disease, and the fans show their appreciation to a real warrior of Hull City's squad. And the message reads very clearly on the scoreboards that we're with you, Angus, and everyone at the club, in the stadium, in the staff and around the world associated with the black and amber, supports our number 15. Free kick for Birmingham comes to nothing. Leo Da Silva. It's back towards Jordi Device. So Birmingham haven't really had too much of the ball inside the opposing final third, but they have created a couple of chances. Whereas Hull City have hogged the ball, tried to get in and around the final third. Lots of corner kicks, but they haven't really created too much. Jackson Irvine will feel though that he should have put the ball in the back of the net from very close range. Bowler trying to be more defensive and stopping Pedersen on his quest, but he's found Sunic. This is good play from Birmingham down the left hand side. Irvine having to get right back into the defensive equation. It's well cleared away by Hull. Now with Irvine. Jordi Device trying to arrow it forward again. Good header by Eves. Bowen is shoved to the ground, but Grzycki may carry on. Grzycki keeping up the fight, and out of play it goes for a throw-in, and Bowen, feeling the back of his head, is in discomfort. It shows that the Birmingham defence are not going to be too keen on giving Bowen much of an easy ride in this one, and there didn't look to be too much in it. It looked to be just a standard barge into the back of Bowen. And there isn't many complaints at all from the bench here. Grant McCann very calm at the moment. There's our referee for today, Mr. Backhouse. Not too much experience at this level. I'm right in saying I think it's his first ever game that he's actually officiated at the KCOM Stadium at this level. Leo Da Silva. Irvine. Couple to aim at inside the box. Eves gets his connection, and it just trickles wide a bit harmlessly, but it did come off a Birmingham man, so maybe without that intervention it might have had some more power behind it, and Eves might have done everything absolutely right. Good cross into the box by Irvine, and Barami able to put enough pressure on, but yet again another corner. There's certainly been a plenty. surely only a matter of time before Hull City can find a goal from a set piece like this. In it comes, glances through everybody, and another corner. Grzycki at one side, Jared Bowen now over to try and whip one in on the left foot. And before it takes place, the referee just wants a few words. And this time it's Rhys Burke being summoned over with Judd Bellingham. He's got the job of standing up to Rhys Burke. In comes the delivery, and Truman is the man to partially punch away despite the oncoming pressure. Here's Bowler. He's going to be stopped in his tracks because Jordi Device has got a bang to either the back of the head and the face, or both. Back on his feet now. And he'll have his own little words as to what he sees. Checking to see if there's any blood coming out of his mouth. Good punch from Truman. Eyes on the ball by Jordi Device, and he just gets a little bit of a swipe by Josh McEachran. Jordi Device seems pretty fine at the moment. I don't think he'll be asking for his 2 front teeth for Christmas as the drop ball takes place. Grzycki gives it back towards Elder, so maybe an attacking opportunity may brew. Here's Rhys Burke hoisting it into the penalty area for Eves to try and connect with, and again Truman just gathers comfortably. Just 23 years of age and getting his 6th appearance. Lee Camp, who played here last time, is still the number 1 choice. David Stockdale also at the club now, but the 23-year-old getting his opportunity. Formerly of Solihull Moors a couple of seasons ago. Villabar working it through to McEachran, and wide it goes to Pedersen. Good looking cross for Jukovic. Irvine stops and stares as the ball drops, and in the end nothing of dangerous nature comes from that opportunity. Well, we're halfway through the first half and it's very much even on the score sheet. We have to say, despite Hull City getting so many opportunities to enter the final third, you feel they maybe could have created a little bit more in clear-cut opportunities. Plenty of corners, that's for sure. No shortage of them. Birmingham with 2 chances of their own. Jordi Device happy to hang on the ball for a long time. Back towards Rhys Burke. Leo De Silva. And he's tried to play it up towards Grzycki and he hasn't been successful. Got the first initial tackle won. Was unable to win it back, and then Birmingham lose it in a very key area, right in the heart of the midfield. Can Hull City take advantage? Grzycki tees it up for Bowler, and wide it goes. And really from that sort of area, right in the centre of the penalty box, there should be a shot on target coming, and Hull City will be annoyed that that opportunity didn't bring much more. Into Bowler, who just had to wait for the ball to sit still and maybe give him the opportunity to hit it cleaner. He actually tried firing it over towards Tom Eaves. If he sticks his toes out and steers it in the other direction, you're looking at 1-0. Potential little trip by Bellingham, but I think he just lost his footing more than anything as Lehigh went past, who's got his hands strapped after buckling one or two of his fingers in a previous game. Oh, given away. Now, big chance for Birmingham. Can they take advantage? They asked the question of a penalty. It's just going to be a goal kick as Bella went down inside the penalty area, and he seems convinced that he should have something. And Hull City's, well, looking at evidence of that, there was a little bit of contact from behind. Birmingham fans in appeal and the Birmingham players in appeal, but they were never going to change the referee's mind. Oh, that was late. Advantage is given. Bella left on the deck. Here's Colleen for Birmingham City. Did have a couple in support. Villabar is one of them as Birmingham try and pass their way cutely. Neither side putting the ball out of play. Bella is back on his feet over on the near side to where we are at the KCOM Stadium. Villalba back towards Harley Dean. Birmingham trying to have a spell. McEachran. Back towards Harley Dean. So Birmingham are trying to have a little bit of possession. Looking for the right moment to really power the ball forward. In the end, they give it away very cheaply. Yellow card for Jackson Irvine for his challenge. And as you can see, it was very late. Grzycki trying to play it through towards Elder, and Sunic able to mop up. Well, Bella felt like he should have had a penalty, and then, for his troubles, gets a clattering. Here it is again. Leo da Silva, the hands up, straight away pleading his innocence. Maybe suggests that Birmingham could feel a little bit aggrieved that they didn't get a penalty. They're the only side in the league to have had a penalty this season and not score. Nottingham Forest are the only team for the referee not even to blow the whistle and point to the spot in their favour. Here is Bella. Stands up across, which is easy enough for Reece Burke to defend. And George Long a little bit unhappy. He felt that he should have collected it. Birmingham just trying to have a little bit more of the ball. Ball go back towards Reece Burke as possession changes hands again. Elder. Grzycki attempting the dummy, trying to find Tom Eaves. Well, Birmingham now trying to hit Hull City with the long ball, and they may take advantage. Villalba, good save from Long. It's pushed out into the centre. There's enough pressure and presence in black and amber around Lukas Jukovic to stop him doing what he desires. And in the end, from it, Hull City are going to get themselves a throw-in. Decent chance this for Birmingham on the edge of the area. Long makes the save, but Jordi Device is the man you need to really calm things down at the back. Leo da Silva. Jordi Device. The game just beginning to maybe tip back to a very even contest, but Hull City will maybe try and change that with Grzycki and try to do the work himself. The run of Maxim Colleen not spotted over on this near side. Birmingham heading up the other channel. Plenty back for Hull. And Leo da Silva puts in a good standing tackle. That's not the best pass, but it does find Birmingham's number 5, Colleen. In the last few minutes, Birmingham happy to have the ball, and now they try and assert the through ball into the path of Jukovic, but he is offside. He'll trickle the ball into the back of the net, but the whistle and the flag was raised much time ago. I think he'll be happy with the way Birmingham's performance has been in the last few minutes. They've repelled quite a lot of the set-piece danger that Hull City had at the start of this match. And 32 minutes gone. And Birmingham fans will also be happy with the way things are gone, considering the fact that they don't take many points away from home. And of course it is that time of year. Christmas jumpers are out in force. Big long ball forward, nodded down by Eves, who gathers again. Irvine, well worked. Elder, nice ball into the box. Here's Bowen, he'll get a second opportunity to cross Elder. There was a connection made by Kamil Grzycki, but nowhere near enough. Lukas Jukovic looking to shake away Rhys Burke, and goes down as well and has to get up right in front of the referee. It's now Lehigh looking to take the ball up the other way. Here's Bowler, played through to Lehigh. Good chance coming. Decent cross. Cleared away by Birmingham City. Eves was ready to strike it, but the ball never reached him. Leo da Silva's turn to cross. Bowen's volley! But it is a simple enough save for Truman. And Jarrod Bowen hasn't had too many chances this afternoon, but he manages to get one on target now. Bit of a rash challenge from Pedersen, allowed the cross to come in, and Bowen connected with it well. It was an awkward stance that he had to make. And whilst we see the pictures of Jarrod Bowen on the screen, Lukas Jukovic having his words with the referee, as Birmingham City's goal kick comes to absolutely nothing. Lehigh. Now across towards Riesberg. System may have changed ever so slightly for Birmingham. Still got their back four, but looks to be a little bit more muddled in their midfield and their defence. Only two midfielders dropping back now as Hull City come forward with Bowler. Now Bowler is tripped, and it will just be, is it a corner or is it a free kick? I think it's a free kick as Bowler was tripped. The referee certainly had a little bit of consideration over it. In the end pointed for the free kick rather than a corner. Is this too tight an angle for a shooting opportunity? When you're in the rich vein of goal scoring form like Jarrod Bowen, he may fancy his chances with this. Plenty in the middle for Birmingham City. Is Bowen going to be able to get on target, or is Grzycki going to hit it? It will be Bowen. Doesn't beat the first man. Bowler. Here's Leo da Silva. And again, Grzycki tries to flick it. And Birmingham can now hit Hull City on the break. Harley Dean all the way up from the back finds Bella. Here's Bella, and Bella shoots, and he's the next person to ripple the side netting and nothing more. And good breakaway from Birmingham City. From their perspective, able to get right up the other end of the pitch. And you can see that Grant McCann not actually happy with George Long, I think, there, and wants a little bit more assertive momentum. Jordi Device looking to hit it over the top. Irvine wins it back. And a good place to win it too. Oh, given away cheaply. Free man in the middle is Bella. Here's McEachran. Birmingham with a couple more to aim at up top. But Hull have plenty of bodies back. The cross will now come in. Jordi Device's header away. Grzycki. Leo da Silva manages to get it over the top of his man. And then Hull City again in midfield, cheaply give it up. So Irvine and Leo da Silva have to do all their spade work defensively again. Here's Bella. Tries to get it in. I think the ball's already gone out of play. George Long with the ball in his hands, but the signal is that it will be a corner kick. And Leo da Silva getting back to his feet following that collision. Seems to be a lot of players rubbing the back of their heads today. Kind of contest. To bumps and barges in this first half, and there's 6 minutes of normal time. Josh McEachran is the man to deliver this corner. Most of the corners have been at the other end of the ground. And can Birmingham make it count? As the opportunity to try and strike home surpasses them. Good defence from Hull. Pat on the back for Leo da Silva again. He was huffing and puffing ever so slightly. The dressing rooms for half-time are not too far away. But Birmingham with another corner. And it comes not really to the right area. Grzycki couldn't bring it down. Then it's Eves' turn to try and nod it on. Great opportunity to break surpasses Hull. Here's Harley Dean staying forward. Villalba. Now Barami. McEachran. Diagonal ball across. Well controlled by Harley Dean, not bad for a centre half. And he tries to get the cross in too, and it will be behind for a corner kick. Little words by Callum Elder. But the skipper looks as though he wants to try and get involved with everything this afternoon. Well, Birmingham going to get the opportunity here to really strike home from this set piece. Lehigh allowed to head it freely away. Bellingham, he tries to shoot. And the only thing that comes from it is a block for a throw-in. Pedersen throwing it in. Hull City win it back. Lehigh and De Silva slower to the feet. And they have to be alert because Birmingham have won it. Back in the midfield. Naughty device coming in. But the threat neutralised. Now up to Hull City to try and get forward. Tom Eaves asking the questions of whether there should be a free kick, and they get one. Linesman flagging over on the far side of the pitch. Birmingham not impressed, but a chance for Hull near the end of the first half. Eaves was being handled all over, and he's not the smallest of individuals. Will this free kick bring anything promising? Grzycki delivers. Headed down by Lukas Jukovic. So it'll just bring a throw in. Elder. He puts it in. Pedersen is able to manage to hook it away from Josh Bowler. He's back with McEachran. Good footwork to get away. And doesn't let that ball get anywhere apart from a man in blue. Bella now looking to work it inside. Back to McEachran. Tries to slot it through for Bella, but this time Yordi Device is on hand to turn it out of play for a throw-in. Back with Barami. Lehigh. Well, he's dug out a long ball. It was almost a sensational ball forward up towards Tom Eaves, who could have had a clear sighting on goal. Back with George Long as we approach the end of the first half. There isn't much in the way of excitement at either end of the pitch. Leo De Silva. Bit of an overload on Birmingham's left-hand side. Just the 1 minute of added time as Elder nods it down. Here's Grzycki. Gathered now by Irvine. Is that final chance maybe going to come as Bowler can gather again? Elder tries to tee it up. Sunic is the man who gets in the way. It will be a corner, so the final attack for either team in this first half. In their last away game, they were pegged back in first half stoppage time by Reading, and they're going to be pegged back again. Hull City will take the lead going into half-time, and Tom Eaves is the man who can get his head to the ball, and he puts Hull City in front on the stroke of half-time. Not much excitement towards the end of the first 45, but better to be late than never, and Tom Eaves manages to get in, fending off his man in blue. Good run towards the front post, and he's able to direct that ball very nicely into the back of the net. Truman with no chance, and Birmingham City will now have to sit down in the dressing room with a new team talk from their manager, because they're behind by 1-0. And there is the half-time whistle. Wasn't much time for Birmingham to try and get forward. So Tom Eaves is the man who gets his name echoed around the KCOM Stadium. He'll be happy inside, may not be showing it, but Hull City lead by 1-0 thanks to him. There wasn't too many clear-cut chances apart from his. Bowler with a good opportunity which Eaves could have maybe stuck his toe out to. Bowen with a good chance as well. But them two look to be the two men who are the key men to try and get Hull City more goals. The Tigers lead by 1-0 at half-time. It could potentially be more in the second half if the stats don't lie. Hull like to score in the second half, and Birmingham have conceded 70% of their goals that they've conceded this season in the second 45. And Tom Eaves' goal means that there won't be a 0-0 between the two sides who've avoided that scoreline all season. Half-time at the KCOM, Hull 1, Birmingham 0. Well, at long last for Hull City, they have scored from a corner kick. Had plenty of opportunities to do so today, but Tom Eaves is the man who's come up with the opportunity, and Hull City, because of that, lead by 1-0. They've plugged away and created lots of set-piece opportunities. Have to give credit to Birmingham because defensively they've done quite well, but they will be a little bit annoyed going into the second half that they are behind. Appears to be no changes for either team at half-time. Leo Da Silva is going to be the man to get us underway. The way things are going up and down the country, Hull City, as things stand, will be in the top half for Christmas Day. The question is, will that change in this second half, and will Hull City go and get more goals? Can they start with another second half flurry at the KCOM? Free kicks being given in the very early stages. So Hull City in the last two games have scored 4 goals in the first 10 minutes of the second half. Will there be that trend again? We've got a great chance straight away as Bowen is going to swing it in. A little glancing header perhaps. It's headed away though. Here's Bowen. And very unlucky for Kamil Grzycki. Turned away, ready to start his run. Ball comes off his thigh and just pops out for a throw-in. McEachran. And goes back towards Barami. So McEachran's had a good game so far for Birmingham City. He's tried to make things happen. Hasn't lost the ball too often in the midfield, which is maybe the one negative you could say about Hull City in the latter stages, where Irvine and Da Silva just gave up possession a little bit too much. And now they've got to defend, Hull City. It's teed up to the edge of the area for Villa Bar. It will be a corner. Another corner to add to the collection at that end of the ground, after Hull City had so many in the first half. The order device coming out straight away, eliminating the angle of attack. And Hull had 8 corners according to the stats in the first half. Birmingham had a few as well, and they've got another one here. And taking their time with this one. Plenty to aim at in the box, but it is the short corner, which is the philosophy, but it doesn't bring the right moment for the Blues of Birmingham. Through the legs of Bella, and Grzycki right back in the defensive equation. He's let his man get past him very easily, and Yordi Device will head away. Bowler trying to motor forward here, and Eves is trying to get into the right sort of area. That's a good tackle by Pedersen. There was the opportunity, but it's a great break from Hull. Here's Irvine. It's up towards Bowler. Lehigh. Leo da Silva tripped, and that is a free kick. Villabar, the man, the culprit with Jukovic. Given away by Yordi Device. Looks to try and win it back, and the free kick is actually given Birmingham's way this time. And Bella is the man on the floor again. This goes all the way back towards Truman. Leo da Silva. Irvine, beautifully weighted pass. Now Grzycki, one touch and cross, and he somehow found Pedersen. Needed to be fired into the 6-yard box. Grzycki tried cutting it back, and now Bowler's turn to maybe deliver. He's got to keep that one in because it came off him last. Leo da Silva in support. Yordi Device. Really not a lot on, so it has to go back towards George Long, to a few groans. Rees-Burke, well, he pulls Jukovic to the ground. It will be a free kick, and you would surely imagine a card as well. The referee being pressured by the Birmingham City players, and the yellow card does come out as Rees-Burke pulled at the shirt and pulled around Birmingham's main threat. First of all the shove, and then keeping his hands on him, trying to get the advantage using his hands. And that is Rees-Burke in the book. There hasn't been many fouls in this match in comparison, but each free kick has presented each team with a good opportunity. And Villabar is over this one. Looks as though he's going to try and chip it forwards. Well, he plays it along the deck and straight into the clutches of George Long, who instead of using his feet uses his hands. It sets Hull in motion. It's Grzycki's chance, and he can't keep it down enough to make it 2. But Hull City on the counter look oh so lively. The trademark that Grant McCann's team have stamped themselves with in their attacking philosophy nearly paid off with Grzycki. Just couldn't keep it down. Didn't take too much time in his thought process into where he wanted to put it. He knew exactly where he wanted to put it, just didn't execute it enough. But if he keeps plugging away, the chances will come. Well, Eves managing to win the header. Bowler. It was almost an intelligent ball up towards Grzycki. The intervention of Colin. Well, it's not the best cross, but it's a ball that Bowler could get onto. Pedersen forced to clear. Oh, Leo da Silva can't win the header. Here's Maxime Colin again, trying to float the ball up towards Lukas Jukovic. Villalba trying to work it wide towards Bella as Birmingham try and work their way forward. Clever step overs, but a not so clever cross. Won't be his final moments of the game though. There is going to be a change coming, and it's a different one as Bellingham is going to be the man to make way for Alvaro Jimenez. Alvaro Jimenez, new player for Birmingham City. Brought in last year after a very successful season with Almeria. Top scorer last year in the Spanish second tier. 20 games played so far for Birmingham, but just 3 goals. And that looked to be a bit of a clumsy challenge. And Callum Elder not happy. He feels that there should be a free kick coming his way. He's not going to get any sympathy from the referee that time. That was a challenge. Can maybe suggest that there could have been a free kick warranted. Callum Elder certainly thought so. Here's Pedersen. Sunic scrapping to win it back, and he is actually the loser in that sense. Here's Bowen, Grzycki charging forward with him. Bowen collides with Barami. And Birmingham City escape with not much danger in the end. Should maybe have played it a little bit sooner towards Grzycki. First 10 minutes of the second half haven't brought a goal, but Hull City certainly look up for getting a second. Good tackle comes in by Callum Elder. A little bit of afters with Bella. And Callum Elder showing that he's not too happy with the fact that Bella comes charging in afterwards. Words between the pair of them. Well, Bowen at the other end though, you see he's getting closed down, and Barami comes in just as Bowen was about to shoot at goal. 3 braces in 4 matches for Jarrod Bowen. It's going to be a free kick here. Tom Eves managing to stand his ground, try and stamp his authority, and he's proved that point with his goal. Managing to get that glancing header from the corner in a run that we haven't seen too much of. From the set piece, from the big men inside the box for Hull City. He could get onto this, but what have Grzycki and Bowen got up their sleeves? It's Bowen's delivery. Jordi Device was actually on the ground, so he never made a run. Irvine. Now Birmingham's turn to try and hit Hull City on the break. It's Maxime Colleen, the fullback, trying to set it in motion. Well won back though by Hull. Cleared forwards. Jukovic tangling with Eric Lehigh. Bowen, brilliant ball. Grzycki now in a one-on-one, and that is an exquisite finish. Kept all his composure and put all his ability into that delicate chip, which now puts Hull City in the driving seat. Jarrod Bowen bringing it down so well. Grzycki with the run. Everything is perfect about this goal for Hull City. And Grzycki, who in the last few weeks has come under so much scrutiny, has now rewarded the Hull City fans with a goal. And it is as delicate as you like. Doesn't like just putting the ball into the back of net with a side foot finish. He always tries to give Hull City something a little bit more special. And now Hull City are in control. And again, it was pretty much on the break for Hull City. And Jarrod Bowen picking the ball up in the middle. And the deadliest combination in the Championship combine again. Jimenez. Now De Silva. This is the time in the game where when Hull City get a goal in the second half, they get hungry and start countering at will. But Birmingham fancy the chances too as Jimenez tries to bring it forward. Leo De Silva back towards Elder, and Jordi Device was flung to the floor. Eves trying to put it through towards Grzycki. Eves gets the trip, and the referee gives the free kick. It's going right for Hull City so far in the second half. And looks as though Grant McCann in the dugout is going to start freshening things up in the midfield. And Dan Batty, who was brought out of the team, now gets his opportunity. Batty getting the instructions as the free kick comes in. Lukas Jukovic gets his head to it, and behind it goes. So we've seen Hull City score from a corner in this fixture. Are they going to get another one? And plenty to aim at in the box again. It's a decent looking ball in as well, but it's turned away. Tom Eves puts his hands on his face. Almost did everything right, and Birmingham City now try and break away. They've got to make more risky manoeuvres. Decent cross into the box, and George Long gathers very comfortably. Both managers are about to make substitutions. The game opening up much more than the first half. Jukovic has come back for an offside place. Well, here come the changes then, and the man making his way off the pitch is Josh Bowler. So Dan Batty will come on, a more classic midfielder, so you would expect Bowen is going to move now to the right hand side. And the change for Birmingham is that Jefferson Montero is going to come on, and he's replacing Francisco Villabar. Looks a little bit annoyed that he's made his way off. Great header by Eves. It's into the middle as well. Harley Dean looks to head it back and gets it into the path of Truman. Batty straight into the involvement into the equation. He's managed to win it back, and he's got an advantage off the referee. Here's Bowen. Lots of space for Alvaro Jimenez to track his way forward. Here's Bella. Looks for the man down the line in the run from Jimenez, and it will be just cleared to safety by Hull. 63 minutes gone, and 2-0 the scoreline at the moment. And the referee has got the card in his hand again, and McEachran is going to be the man who picks up the booking for his challenge on Dan Batty. That was the first one on Jackson Irvine, then he starts kicking away, and then there's that silly kick out, really, letting his emotions get to him. McEachran is going to hit it from range. Can only find the empty seats to the left of the Birmingham fans. Well, this game was never going to disappoint in terms of goals. There's now 20 goals involved in matches between these two in the last 5. And the way it's opening up, you would expect there to be not one, maybe 2 more coming. Hull lead at the moment by 2-0. Because of the way it's opened up, Birmingham seeing a bit more of the ball. Here's Elder towards Jordi Device. Just play it back towards George Long. Didn't have much time, but he used it to his advantage, and well played by Elder on the left hand side. Here's Leo De Silva moving forward, waiting for that right moment to play a pass. Here's Eves. Now Grzycki. Neat 1-2. Grzycki now for Bowen. What a through ball, but the offside flag's up against Irvine. That delicate touch presented Irvine with the chance to get forward, but the flag was just raised, and it was just a little bit too much. Full marks to Truman, though, the goalkeeper for Birmingham, closing down that space. Hull City enjoying themselves at the moment, leading by 2-0. A fairer share of the possession and a fairer share of the attacking chances, which are now beginning to flow a little bit more. Grzycki now to Elder. Ball played diagonally. Bit of a difficult one for Bowen to maybe get a hold of. He kept it in play, but Pedersen was able to win it and play it forward. Here's Lukas Jukovic. He has got support to his right hand side, but he's kept his head down. Now gathered by Montero, who checks back and puts the ball into the box. Sunic, but well wide of the target. Would have been one of the goals of the year on the volley if he was able to steer it goalwards, but in the end it went horrendously wide of the target. Bowen picks it up in the penalty area. Bowen fancies his chance. Gonna have to wait a little longer. Batty. Now Lehigh. Grzycki trying to be fancy. Will get the ball into the middle. And it's well cleared by Harley Dean, who's trying to keep the back four together for Birmingham. He and Pedersen doing respectively well so far in their backlines. McEachran puts the block in. Leo Da Silva with the energy to get there first. Grzycki trying to have a bit more flair, Grzycki, when really at times like this just keep it simple. Change coming up for Birmingham, their third and final change, and Daniel Crowley is going to be making his way on. And he is replacing Josh McEachran, who's picked up a yellow card. Will be annoyed that he's had to make his way off, but Birmingham looking for a bit more freshness in the midfield. Villa. Oh, big spill there from George Long. It's gone out for a corner kick. It was Jefferson Montero who put the ball into the box. And Hull City have to get ready, as Birmingham are going to try and play this one more rapidly and not give Hull City time to prepare. I was expecting that cross to have gone straight into George Long's hands, but it was a little bit messy. Grzycki working with Sunic to get back. Plenty of pace, but well played by Birmingham's midfielder. Your device lets this one roll towards George Long, who's not going to have any trouble this time. No pressure on him, and taking as much time as he can. Leo Da Silva. And back with Reece Burke. Batty. And now Lehigh, who we haven't actually seen too much of. He's now trying to get forward. Here's Bowen. Lehigh's turn maybe to cross, and he stands it up well, and again it's repelled by Birmingham. Handball given by the referee, free kick. And Pedersen putting his body in the way. Grant McCann will be happy that that second goal has come. He may just be thinking now about how to see this one out with not as much danger. Irvine, he can chest it down back towards Lehigh. And the back four's prerogative now will be to keep things simple. And those long balls will do that very nicely. And Leo Da Silva commanding in the air despite his height disadvantage. Less than 20 minutes to go. 18 and a half to be exact. And Hull City 2-0 up against Birmingham, who coming into this one had not the best record. They only won one of their previous 8 games, and it's looking a long way back now if they want to achieve that and replicate the scoreline they got at the Medeski Stadium in their last away adventure. They'd actually unbeaten in 3 coming into this one on the road. Well intercepted by Leo De Silva. Grzycki still got all that energy. Callum Elder. Irvine wants it playing to him in the middle. They're the 2 options. Referee just gets in the way. Just kill a little bit the momentum, but Hull have got numbers. Lehigh to Batty. Irvine. Hull are patient this time. Burke. Lehigh. Neat one-touch passing. Bowen tries to put it into the path of Eves. Sunich winning it back for Birmingham. Yordi Device again could try and settle things down, but he's actually lost out, and now Birmingham with a chance to get into Hull's half of the pitch. Bit of space to work with for Montero here. Bodies back for Hull. It's a decent cross, and the chances still may be on for Birmingham City. Little header. Now Crowley, and he tries to stand up across. Will work its way across to Montero. And Montero delivers, and from point blank range Birmingham miss. Well, last year if it was on the continent in Spain that would have rippled the back of the nets, but Alvaro Jimenez will be disgusted he's missed that one. Montero just taking the calmest of touches and delicately playing it in. And Hull City will be annoyed. George Long flinging his arms downwards in annoyance that Hull City could have almost given away a very cheap goal and a potential lifeline for Birmingham City in the latter stages of this championship encounter. Leo De Silva. Going to try and play it forward again. What a ball that is to Bowen, but he just couldn't get his toes on it. And that would have been the icing on top of the cake for Hull City. Instead, Birmingham continue to plug away. Cross into the box, and Rhys Burke heads behind, searching for Jimenez and Lucas Jukovic in the centre. And you have to give Birmingham City credit. They may be 2-0 down, but they certainly are trying to make this as difficult as possible for Hull City. Are they going to be able to halve the deficit from this set piece? The answer is no, but they may recycle it and get it back in. In it comes again. George Long will command his voice, command his penalty area, and just claim that one. And that will annoy Birmingham's gaffer. Bowen. Grzycki trying to make the right run. Bowen regathers. Irvine trying to slot it through. And I think Grzycki may have felt he could have potentially been offside. He just stopped and hesitated. Well, substitution coming up for Hull City. And Tom Eves, 1-goal scorer coming off. And the man who very cruelly lost his goal at the Valley is going to get the opportunity to come on and maybe try and give himself his first goal on his home patch. On come Keane's Lewis Potter. Little bit of homework being passed around, as well as Keane Lewis Potter makes his way on. And Keane Lewis Potter makes his way onto the pitch to become the third academy product on show for Hull City. And he's trying to make himself as important as the rest of the attacking members. And he goes in search of trying to win the ball off Baram, and he did very well to keep it in play, despite the massive height advantage and maybe physical advantage as well. Jordi device. Now Leo De Silva looks for the long ball route. And that's well cushioned by Barami. Jordi device. And George Long tries to arrow the ball forward. Oh, Grant McCann, as always, not really showing too many emotions at the moment. We'll be more pleased at half-time, at full-time, if Hull City can get these 3 points sewn up. Irvine. Well, Grzycki pointing, telling Keane Lewis Potter to go on his merry way. Tries to thread it through. Bowen will scrap for this one and does exceptionally well. Now Irvine. Grzycki. Trying to thread it through again, Jared Bowen, as Keane Lewis Potter occupied the middle. Chested down by Jukovic. That's not going to be the pass they require. And Montero just has a little look back. They'll need better service than that if Birmingham are to try and get back into this match at the KCOM. Their fans have travelled again, and they are pretty glum faces at the moment, and there's obviously no real time to be smiling on the manager's face either. Elder still coming forward. Advantage given, so Hull City can continue to keep this attacking move in motion with Bowen, and that's well saved by Truman. Birmingham looking to try and hit on the break as well. Montero. He's trying to turn Lehigh this way and the other. It's a good ball in as well. And another headed opportunity off target. Certainly trying to get it into the target man. Birmingham continuing with 10 minutes to go to try and find their way through, but failing to do so. Final change coming up for Hull, and Honeyman is going to get his opportunity to come on. And Kamil Grzycki is going to be the man to make his way off, managing to get that goal. Earlier on in the season he was exchanging top scorer with Jared Bowen, but of course he now has gone clear. But the opportunity today for Grzycki to get his 7th goal of the season, and George Honeyman is the man who makes his way on. As things stand, it will be Hull City in 12th place, overtaking Cardiff, and it would be a return of 33 points. And considering the fact in the first few games you could maybe say that Hull City was still a little bit off the fitness in wanting to play Grant McCann's attacking strategy, you may feel there's more points to come in the second half of this championship season. More than that tally anyway. Bowen. Honeyman. He's done well. He's done very well to pick out Lehigh. He's just going to bide his time. Here's Batty. Across from deep. It has gone past everybody, but Callum Elder is going to charge across over onto the opposite side. Couldn't keep it in play though. but showing real energy to get up and down the pitch. And of course, one of those signings by Grant McCann, who is proving to be a great asset at left back. Lehigh trying to work it into the middle. Bowen. Keane Lewis Potter. Looking to move it into the middle for himself, Keane Lewis Potter. He took his self past one man, couldn't do much more. And Lehigh could see that one out of play comfortably. Hull City can't really do much with their opportunity to get forward. Back with Barami. Jukovic. Header just trundles and trickles through towards George Long. 6 minutes to go. Bowen. Ooh, clipped by Crowley. So a free kick will come for Hull City. And an annoyance there for Birmingham's number 7, but I think he might be potentially going to get a little bit more of a telling off than he feels that he should be warranting. And it's going to be a yellow card. He won't be too happy with that one. But he never got anywhere near the ball. And he's in the wall now with Montero. As Honeyman and Bowen stand over this one. Bowen's delivery. And it doesn't really come to much, but it will be a free kick as well. Daniel Crowley in the book. Has got a decent future ahead of him at Birmingham City. All the way back towards the keeper. Irvine almost beautifully weighted towards Bowen, and Keane Lewis Potter could almost pick up the scraps himself. And comes the cross. It's nowhere near anyone in blue, and Lehigh can then calmly win Hull City a goal kick, which will chew into the minutes even more and bring Hull City closer to those 3 points. It would take something special for Birmingham now to get level. Looking as though they may have just run out of steam. And Grant McCann has put Hull City in a decent position. He knows he's got big ambitions in terms of the top 6. Jimenez flinging himself more to the floor more than anything over Reese Burke. He's never going to get a penalty. He's mentioning that Grant McCann has put Hull City in a decent position. Hull have been in and around the top half of the table in the last few weeks, in that mid-table sphere. They've had 5-6 weeks where they've been a top half team, compared to last year where Nigel Adkins' team were just getting out of that real rut of being in the bottom three, and were 16th at this point last year. So there has been improvement. And remember, Hull City did have a sniff of the playoffs right at the end of the season, even if it would have been a bit more ambitious. Lehigh, he's tried to find Keane Lewis Potter, who holds it up, and it is Keane Lewis Potter! He makes it 3 and introduces himself to the KCOM stage. There's no doubt that that's his goal. And it's hugs all round for him. A potential another star in the making. Eric Lehigh with the ball through. Lewis Potter getting the right side of Harley Dean, who is a formidable defender. And he lashes home on the right foot. Just bides his time, does Lewis Potter. Gives Truman no chance. 2 forwards who haven't had as many opportunities to get goals. Keane Lewis Potter and Tom Eaves, who's struggled a little bit in this first half of the season in terms of finding the back of the net. Well, these two are now chewing up and getting opportunities to score. Keane Lewis Potter, with minimal minutes so far this season, proving he can score. And he puts this game beyond considerable doubt. 3 goals and 3 points. Montero trying to thread it through for Crowley, and the ball goes out of play. So not a bad little way then to end this game. And Keane Lewis Potter from the bench, turning into a bit of a super sub. Such a good ball through there from Eric Lehigh. Give him appreciation. Birmingham were a bit slow to come back and help Harley Dean. Great finish, plenty of composure. The kind of finish you would expect from someone 10 years his senior. But the teenager has managed to find the back of the net again. And even though Grant McCann said in the build-up that his attacking options are a bit light, they're all scoring. Honeyman works it over to Elder, into the middle. Bowen is in. Keane Lewis Potter puts it in, but the flag is up for offside. Well, the fans have picked Tom Eaves as the man of the match, and things have clicked today for Hull City. They've been able to score from a set piece and prove that those players who have less goals in an attacking position have been able to come up and score today. Grzycki finding the net again, which will give him confidence over the Christmas and New Year period. Four minutes of injury time. May not be too many years between Jarrod Bowen and Keane Lewis Potter, but Keane Lewis Potter, I think, will be certainly taking plenty of notes on how Jarrod Bowen plays, even if he, the number 20, has been a little bit quieter today. And Jarrod Bowen has paved the way for teenagers in how to play in a black and amber shirt, and Keane Lewis Potter is taking that opportunity. Lucas Jukovic, Leo Da Silva, who again has played exceptionally well, managing to win the ball back in midfield. Irvine can't carry it much further forward. Here's Montero. So it's going to be another win for Hull City. It's going to be 3 in a row at the KCOM Stadium, and those home wins now beginning to materialise for Hull City. And QPR being pegged back means Hull City will be in 11th place if things stay the same as we head into the Christmas period at halfway. Pedersen still looking to try and find a way through Birmingham City. Here is Pedersen, who's now got himself in the attacking picture, and then Bella has a shot at goal, and it's a shot that summarises Birmingham's frustrations from the day. Following today as well, Hull City now take their tally of goals up to 37, which is the second highest in the division. West Brom are the only team to have scored more, and they look like they're going to be the runaway side to get promoted. Leeds United trailing today against Fulham, so a good afternoon for them and a good afternoon for Hull City. In fact, better than good. It was a great afternoon for Grant McCann's side. 3 goals and 3 points going into Christmas. It was more of a hard slog in the first 45 minutes, but Tom Eaves found a way through, and Hull City led 1-0 at half-time. Then Grzycki with a lovely chip over the keeper made it 2, and then KLP made it 3 in the second half. Smiles from Tom Eaves and smiles for everyone in black and amber. Birmingham City will be very disappointed that they've come here and taken another battering. It's the third battering they've had here by 3-goal margin or more in the last 4 appearances they've travelled to the KCOM. But as you can see, Keane Lewis Potter delighted. The 3 goal scorers embraced together. Hugs and smiles all round. And for Hull City, it's a very good 3 points to put us into the top half of the table. Full time then at the KCOM. Hull City 3, Birmingham 0. And from everyone at Tigers TV, a very Merry Christmas. And we will see you on Boxing Day when Hull take on Nottingham Forest.